What would you say are top three lessons that you learned or that he taught you that continue to guide you in business and perhaps even in your personal life, shaping your character and your leadership style?
I think top three is not enough. I'm sure I've learned a lot from my father, but to say about it, no, number one, I think should be respect. Number two, of course, I think it's ingrained in him. Work hard or hard work.
Fantastic.
That's another values there. Then number three, again, also is a very important thing that I've learned from him is integrity.
Yes.
You have to be honest with whatever you do.
Welcome to this special edition of K-Talks. I'm Dr. Jerry Gliachko, the Dean of the School of Media and Marketing at the University of Asia and the Pacific. Our guest for today is the Chairman of the Executive Committee of SM Prime Holdings Incorporated and the recipient of the 2024 Asia Pacific Tambuli Lifetime Achievement Award. Please welcome Mr. HANS C. Good morning, sir. Thank you for joining me here in this special edition of K-Talks. And thank you also for hosting us in your office. As I entered here, I realized the backdrop we have is very apt for starting this conversation with you. So we can talk about your late father, Mr. Henry C. Well, we all know that he built an empire from humble beginnings. So could you tell us a little bit about, the story? How did this all start? From Shoe Mart to where it is today?
Of course, let me start by saying that my father came over here from China at the age of 12. Actually, he followed my grandfather over here.
Oh, he was here.
Because I believe everybody knows during then, China was very, very poor. So he came over hoping to find a good life. When he came over, my grandfather used to own also a small sari store.
Oh, okay.
When he came over, he was a bit disappointed because he was expecting life to be much better. But it was still the same. It is a shop that's used as a business. At the same time, at nighttime, they use it also as a sleeping quarter.
Yeah.
But he kept on thinking. He said, things should be better. How do you think? And I think that was his entrepreneurship mind working. Like I was asking, how did you end up selling shoes? Why didn't you continue and make the sari store bigger? So he said, he counted. He said during then, selling cigarettes, they do sell this thingy.
Yes,
by
right,
this.
Right.
He said the same effort selling the cigarette, having to light it up for them, and to make less than 1 centavo, he feels that it's wrong. He ended up trying to sell more high-value items, like selling shoes. Same effort.
That's right.
And when he makes a sale, he makes 1 peso.
That's right.
Which is considered many packs of cigarette then.
That's right.
And then that went on by saying that if he could sell a pair of shoes to every Filipinos, during then Manila had 300,000 people
Population.
and if he could sell and make 1 peso per person, it'll make 300,000 pesos, which was really unheard of. So that's how he started, by selling shoes. Well, he got the idea after the war. He got that idea by doing some trading with some Americans.
Oh,
That's where he realized selling shoes has a better margin.
that's right.
So he went on into doing it, and when he went opening his first store, even before opening, he would go to, like it was in Avenida, he would go to Avenida, scout around the whole area. He said he wanted to be different from all the rest. What will make him different? So when he decided to open, he put up an air condition. What was always in his mind is the comfort of customers.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And then he was able to sell a lot of shoes.
Wow. It was already called Shoe Mart?
He started by calling it Shoe Mart.
Okay. Right.
And he was able to sell a lot of shoes. What he didn't see was he ran out of suppliers.
Oh,
He was selling so much shoes. But
Ah.
in between, so many strategies were placed into it. And that's where you can see the dynamics of my father being an entrepreneur. So beside from checking, scouting the area, making sure that he would be able to provide something that is going to make him different. Second, he strategized because he said he understood he's not the first to sell shoes.
Oh,
There were other competitors already.
okay.
But then he tried to understand what would make him stand out.
Yes.
So he talks to the supplier, find out how the other competitors are doing.
Yes.
And he found out during then, people take advantage of the situation. Interest rates was high.
Okay.
So if they have an agreement of 60 days, the tendency of the competitors or not the supplier, the buyers would extend it for another 60 days. And because of interest rates, they gained something out of it. So my father felt that, no, this is not how we should do
business. Yeah.
So what he did, he offered to all the suppliers, post-dated check. If we agree on the 60 days, I'll give you a post-dated 60 days.
Oh, wow.
So that makes sure that the 60 days is complied.
It's complied, yes.
And because of that, all the suppliers gave him preference
Oh,
because they knew that they were going to get paid 60 days. So he had the first choice of all the samples. Okay, so it went on.
these supplies were local or
Local.
Local.
During then, it was all local. There were all, in the end, as it moved on, he also went abroad to buy because he was running out of suppliers. But the funny thing about it, he still made money out of paying them on time. How did he do it?
Yes.
He set up another table for people to discount their checks. So people, rather than waiting for 60 days, we would go to the other table. And of course, my father was saying, that's my own check. Why should I bounce on it?
Right.
So he was able to make money out of the interest rate on that.
Amazing.
So beside that, he made the money and he still became very popular. So
Wow.
as things move on,
Yes.
of course, he has to go abroad to find more suppliers. He struggled with supplies of shoes. That was why he went into other lines, soft lines, the shirt and things like that.
Oh, I see.
That's where it transitioned from shoe
Store.
to become SM department store.
Oh, I said a department store. Oh, that's right.
But let me make it very clear. A lot of people were surprised. Why SM? Because it's called shoe mark.
Yes.
So the shoes is the letter S.
Yes.
And the M is the mark.
Right.
So nothing more than that. A lot of people put so much color into how can.
So you just decided to.
No, it's my father, yes.
Really?
It was my father who decided to change it to SM department store.
I see.
Okay, so when we were operating department store, he was just leasing from developers, doing shopping centers and things like that.
Right. Yeah.
But he was doing also so well, he started looking for other areas. The development of shopping centers was very slow.
Yes.
So that's why he decided to put up his own shopping center.
Which one? Where was this?
The North EDSA.
Oh, that was the first big one.
That was the first big one.
I see.
Okay, so when he did that, that's how we converted everything to SM City now, because it's like building a city within the city.
That's.
So,
But of course, from then on, you went on to develop other
Yes.
properties. Yeah.
but one thing that got me about my father, he's also got guts.
Yes. Okay.
Well, I'm very lucky. I was able to ask him a lot of questions. I said,
Yes.
how can you explain your success?
Yes.
He will always tell us
Yes.
success comes in basically number one,
Yeah.
work hard work.
Okay.
Okay, it is only during hard work
Yeah.
that you get to be exposed with opportunities.
Yes.
Okay, then with opportunities, it takes guts to go into it, and with a little luck, you will succeed. He always chides people when people would say, "Oh, you're lucky." And my father was always say, "No, it's not. The luck is there a little, but it's not
But it's
true
what
luck. It is me understanding the business, being able to develop the guts to go into it." But he said, even guts alone, you have to know the business to be able to develop your guts.
Of course.
It's not just pure like shooting the dart. And
That's
you
right.
read it.
That's well, I think that's a good transition. So I was going to ask you, what do you think? Let's say if you were to, I'm sure you learned many things, but what do you think are, let's say, top 3 you think that you learned from here or that he taught you that continue to guide you, in your business and at the same time in your personal life, shaping your character and your leadership style, maybe?
I think top 3 is not enough. I'm sure I learned a lot from my father, but to say about it, number 1, I think should be respect. These are the basic values in life, which my father has repeatedly telling us over and over again. Number 1 is respect. Respect people.
Fantastic.
Okay?
Yes.
Whoever you face, they are who they are. Just respect them. That's number 1. Number 2, of course, I think it's ingrained in him. Work hard or hard work.
Fantastic.
That's another values there. Then number 3, again, also is a very important thing that I've learned from him is integrity.
Yes.
You have to be honest with whatever you do.
Yeah.
I should add number 4.
Okay.
Number 4, as I would always say, people, with what has happened with his success,
Yes.
stay humble.
Fantastic.
Don't let it go to your head,
Fantastic.
because
Yes.
you will still continue to be able to learn, or you need people to really still grow further.
Yes. Yes.
So these are the 4 instead of 3.
Good. Very good. Very good. Now, your father, well, I like the things you learned from him. Your father also was known for a couple of traits that he had. Perhaps you can comment a little bit about, he was known for his resilience, of course, his entrepreneurial spirit, right? How did he transmit these values to you, to your siblings? And maybe as a follow-up, how do you ensure that his legacy lives on in your leadership now and, passed on to the next generations?
Well, there are 2 sides of my father.
Okay.
One is his entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And in the entrepreneurship that I learned from him really is to really be very focused on whatever you do and really understand the whole situation and work forward. And do not really just rely on a hand-to-mouth type of business. An example there
Yes.
was when we were doing the North EDSA, the SMCT North EDSAs. During then, people were calling him crazy because interest rates was at 42%.
Wow. Yes.
This was very high.
High, very high.
And my father would continuously invest into it. And as I said, people call him, what people don't know is he had already strategized everything years ago. He knew somehow he needed the cash flow.
Yes.
And he had already the cash flow with the department store he was able to open. So despite the situation,
He was prepared for it.
he was prepared for it. Everybody were slowing down. So he went into it. And as my father would always say, the vicious cycle in business. If there's up, there's down. If there's down, there's up.
Yeah.
So it was during down, he saw the opportunity, he went into it. When he finished, that was when the economy started going up. And that's where he is way ahead of everyone. That is his entrepreneurship mind that he always has. Always work forward. Don't look into whatever is the situation only now. Always understand how it's going to be in the future and whether it's salvageable or not.
That's right.
The resilience in him, really, he wants to let people know with his success, he's still a human being. And that's where charity comes in.
Wow.
My father is a very charitable person,
Okay.
but he is not the typical charitable person that you'll find that says, oh, keep on doling out.
Right. In what way was he?
He once told me, he doesn't like to give fishes away. He'd teach them how to fish.
Yes.
So that is why his legacy really now stands on his education. He wants a lot more Filipinos to be able to study. I think he saw it upon himself. He only took a first year college.
Is that right?
Yeah, he wanted to pursue his college degree,
Oh.
but that was after the war.
That's right.
But when he went into school, he realized he was much older than the rest of them because during the war he didn't get the chance to study.
Yes.
And also maybe he saw so much opportunity after the war, he decided to stop.
But get it to
Then I remember asking my father, what would have happened if you had finished
his education.
his education? He was saying, then I believe I would have done more. So going back to his charity about education, that was why he kept on pushing. He has so much scholars. I remember when we were talking about scholarship program, he was around with the HR and other executives. I was just listening. I didn't really get myself too much involved into this. I just needed to understand. I'm a person that is very curious.
Yeah.
So there were even questions like, sir, do you know when they graduate, we can require them to work with us for at least 2 years to 3 years? My father went on looking at them and said, if you want them, you make yourself attractive. I am not going to make that as a condition.
Fantastic.
Then they went on by saying, but sir, more than half of them would go abroad because will be enticed to work abroad.
Right. Yeah.
Then my father went on saying, you know what? My objective of this scholarship is really to give them good education and to uplift their lives. If that is what it takes to uplift their lives, so be it.
Wonderful.
So if you want them to stay, then you have to do something to attract them to stay.
Wow, fantastic. Yeah. I remember in another forum, I listened to you and you were talking about precisely how important education is to you, to your family. I suppose it goes way back to your father, no? And that's why you have several initiatives here, not only NU at the moment, right? Would you like to? Yeah, you were saying.
No, actually, we started with the scholarship. And I think right now, if I'm correct, we do have about 1,500 to 2,000 every year of scholars.
Wow.
Okay.
Is this all levels or university?
University level.
University level.
I remember when he was planning that, he would even tell them, on the scholarship that I would like to give, I want to even pay for their the school, what do you call that? Their not only tuition but also
their personal expenses.
Yeah, to give them an allowance. I would like to give them allowances because, and I'm a type of person who always asks questions. Why do you want to do that? Then he would answer that, you see, if people are concerned where their next meal is going to come from, that's it. How can they focus into their studies? So let's just take care of that. So that was then, and he started with 100 students, 200, 300, now more than 1,500.
Amazing.
And the best thing to him is when he goes around, people seeing him and said, sir, do you know I'm an SM scholar? And I can tell you he feels so good about it. And people were thanking him and like that. Then went on with the National University, which is NU.
Yes. That happened now under your...
Well, it happened. No, he was the one who purchased it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
He was still the one who purchased it.
Okay.
And when he purchased it, again, I asked question. During then, because National University was known already to be a bottom dweller. And I said, Dad, why of all the schools, why National University? You know, us being young then, always want everything easy, everything up there already. Knowing that we got National University, we have to work our tails off to really build this. I mean, yes. He said, and he has always this thing that he would call me, young man in Chinese. He would, not meaning, to him, a young man meaning no experience. So he would say young man.
Yes.
you have to understand this national university, the name itself is already very important. I said, you go to other countries, you ask the people there, do you know De La Salle University? They'll answer you, they don't know. Do you know Ateneo de Manila? They'll say they don't know. If you say, do you know National University? They'll say, we also have a national university. So the name itself is already very valuable. So now it's up to us how to pick it up.
Well, I think you're doing an excellent job.
Now, since I asked that question,
Yes.
he found me to be the one who may be interested.
I see.
I have to tell you, I'm not an educator, I'm not an academic, but
Yeah.
I always call myself a good soldier.
Okay.
If my father tells me to jump,
Yeah.
my reply is how high. I never ask why.
Okay.
So, and I remember that day, he was so excited, he acquired National University. He invited people, executives, including me, to go watch a basketball game.
Oh, okay.
I tell you, I won't tell you the result of the basketball game that we saw, but
Yeah.
we all went home not talking to each other.
This was because NU team or?
Yes, it was the NU basketball team. I remember that one. That was NU. I don't remember who, because it was an event to forget. So we went home so quiet, we didn't talk. And then towards the end, when we arrived home, I asked my father, I said, what exactly do you think we should do over here?
Yes.
He said, okay, good, you asked. Help me run it. I said, that was when he asked me to go into it. But I didn't say I'm not an educator. I just said, okay.
Yeah.
So I went into it. I tried to understand everything. I tried to see what I can do. And then with a little knowledge already, understanding about schools,
Yes.
I went back to my father and asked him, okay, or what do you want me to do?
Okay.
And he said, well, just run it like a business. In short, cut your costs, lower your tuition,
Oh.
attract more students. He said, because my objective over here is I want to be able to give a lot of education to students. Since that was the one they said, we started. Of course, it's not me alone. I have a whole team.
Right.
We organize. First thing we always look into is the organization. We went into the organization. I remember that very first board meeting of National University.
Yes.
And when I came in, I said, let's look into the article of corporation over here. First question I asked our corporate secretary was, what's the retirement age? Because I saw so many faculties
They were advanced in age.
advanced in age, and I always tell myself, how could they educate young students,
Yeah,
19, 20,
All right.
with that age?
Yes.
Okay. So the secretary was answered 60 years old. So I said, so maybe we should just follow 60 years old.
Okay. Okay.
Only to be told on the side, sir, if we do that, you will have only 20%.
Remaining.
Really.
Okay.
And that day, we ended up with, 70 and above.
Oh.
That's hard.
Okay.
And then the year after, 65 and above.
That's your lower than that by little. So yeah.
I should be proud to tell you, these days, our average age is much, much lower now.
That's fantastic.
I haven't asked the question lately, but should be below 50 or 8.
Wow. Ah,
So I'm very happy with how we progress. And of course, went into it, I felt that it is actually a very good business
yes.
school. I was,
Right.
I myself, I shouldn't say I knew everything. You could just imagine, first year, you start with 1,000 students first year.
Yes.
Second year, they go up to second year. And then you start
you
with
got
another 1,000. So you kind of double your revenue already.
Right.
And then third year and fourth year and so on.
That's right. Well, now you've expanded so much, right?
Yeah, we have currently 69,000 plus students, almost 70,000.
Wow.
Uh,
And what is your vision?
looking forward. Well, that was, in fact, I'm very proud to tell you, Uh, 2018,
Yes.
I spoke with my father
Okay.
and I said, okay, in about 10 years' time,
Yeah.
I projected we will hit 100,000 students.
Okay.
And of course, during that, he's already his advanced stage.
Yeah.
So he kind of just gave me a thumbs up. He said, he gave me a nod and gave me a thumbs up. I wish I could tell him, at the rate we're going,
You will exceed
2028, I won't hit 100,000. I will hit more than 100,000.
Wow.
In fact, our problem right now is trying to catch up with more classrooms.
Wow.
And what did I do? I just did also something similar of what he has been doing. One is why he expanded to Visaya and Mindanao was because rather than people having to all come to Manila, he would rather just go to them right there.
Yeah.
As they say, you don't make the mountain move to you, you move to
To the mountain. Correct. Correct.
so that was one area that we decided to do. We started to expand. Of course, I focused first only on Luzon.
Yes.
Now we have opened our first Visaya, which is Bacolod. We're opening
In Cebu, right?
in Cebu this year, hopefully this year, and then and so on, including Tambuli.
Fantastic. But it's not just NU. You also have partnerships with the big universities, right?
Yes, we have also in partnership with Far East University.
I see.
But as my father would always say and do,
Yes.
if the machine is working,
Yeah.
why change the machine? So Far East University itself, he found it to be working very smoothly. He just let it go like that.
I see.
But of course, he does not want to put in his charity
Yeah.
aspect into the thing.
Right.
In fact, National University, a couple of years back, with the support of my siblings,
Yeah.
we converted that school from a private entity to a non-stock non-profit
Oh, wow.
because we really want to push the intention of my father really to be able to give as much education
Yes.
to
To as many.
as many Filipinos.
Wow. You can tell us a little bit about what would you hope your children will remember most about your father and about you yourself.
Well, I can say just basically remember all the basic values in life, especially the number one, respect.
Very good.
Respect people. I think that one is the first and foremost important thing. If you respect people, the others comes easy.
They will follow.
Yeah, no, I mean, other values comes easy because I do see that as a very important feature. If you respect people and you go into a business, you also would create a certain ethics already because you respect the people, or the way you deal with your employees and other people, you will respect them.
That's right.
Of course, everybody will have to go through different kind of experiences.
Yes.
Like me, of course, I was young. I was given a managerial position in the department store.
Yes.
Being young and very energetic, I tried to find out what are the things wrong or what are the mistakes that I can correct.
Yes.
It was so funny. During then, the vacation leave that we give to our employees,
Yes.
I saw and realized that people were taking advantage of it.
Okay.
Like if they have something to do tomorrow,
yes.
they'll file a one-day vacation leave.
Okay.
And I said, that defeats the purpose of vacation leave.
Litigation. Okay.
So my first and official memorandum was all vacation leave should be at least 3 days.
Oh. Okay.
So when I implemented it, but also with the training I got from my father,
Yeah.
I go around, ask the employees to find out how they feel about it.
Okay.
Of
What
course,
was the reception?
all of them don't agree.
What and
When I went into arguing, being younger, I would say, hey, look, that's why it's called vacation leave.
Yeah.
You need at least 3 days
Okay.
to rest.
Okay.
They said, sir, what are we gonna do in our house so small? And I would reply back, say, who talks about staying at home? Why don't you go to resorts? Enjoy it.
Okay.
And then they said to me, and that was the one that got me, sir, we cannot afford it.
The means, yes.
So then I realized I was thinking only of myself.
Okay.
And then that's also when I realized, hey, I'm not respecting them.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Of course, I took back the memorandum and told them,
Yes.
one day, if possible, I'd like to build a resort for all these employees to use for free.
Wow. And is that a reality today?
That's a reality now. Of course, a little tweak also.
Okay.
Because going into business, understanding what's the biggest cost in these things. The biggest cost is food. So my invitation to all our SM employees is go there with your family. Everything is free. Usage of the cottages and other things are free, except bring your own food. And that kind of was good.
Well, that's not bad.
Because
Yeah.
it developed also a small business among the community around who would cater for her
To supply them.
to those there.
I see.
So
Is this the Pico de Loro or no?
no,
Different. Yeah.
it's different. It's my own. I call it my own private resort.
I see.
It's not for public.
It's just for the employees.
Your employers.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So I just initially or just introduced it recently.
Wow. Wow. Fantastic.
Eventually I'll open it up. Right now it's the whole group. They go by group for team building, for things like that.
Okay.
Eventually I will open up for their families also already.
Fantastic. Wow, wow, wow. So you were also the recipient of the 2024 Asia Pacific Tambuli Awards Lifetime Achievement Award. So could you tell us why an award like Tambuli, which recognizes businesses and brands that drive performance through purpose, why do you think this continues to be significant or relevant today?
Well, let me share with you the lighter side of it,
Yes.
and which I shared with my children.
Wow.
When I was accorded the award, when I was informed of the award,
Last year.
I remember telling my sons, I said, this is when they know you are retirable. All these awards were given to the senior citizens. I'm not sure if that is good or bad, but really, I took this Tambuli Award very significantly. Was because
Thank you.
I felt that, well, maybe let me put it this way. First, I didn't really have an direct impact on me immediately, but more of the impact to me was, wow, now I have this. I have now to step up from what I've been doing, but I have to improve myself even more. I have to really set out an example, because the Tambuli Award is really an award that everybody looks up to.
Thank you guys.
So
Like it.
I felt that it is good because it helps me also to even step up further as people. If they know that I'm a Tambuli awardee, they'll really say, "Oh, yeah, you're being recognized for that." Then I said yes, and I have to even do better than what people have recognized. So I'm not sure how to put in the right word, but this is how I felt about the Tambuli Award.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not all about, yeah, I got it because I've done this, I've done that. When I got it, I said, well, the expectation now is much higher, so the more I should do more for it.
And I'm sure you will.
Hopefully, yeah, looking forward to it.
Yes, yes. And to society, I mean, this whole businesses continue to really not just push business success, but of course creating impact to society and to people and society.
So yes, I really agree with the Tambuli's award direction. Whatever you do, it should be inclusive.
That's right.
It cannot be only what is good for us. It should be good for everyone. And that has been a significant direction that I have instilled in myself.
Fantastic.
And I think Tambuli Award for that recognition.
Wow, you're welcome, and thank you for this support. Thank you very much. Well, I think that's a great way to end this this conversation. Once again, thank you for sharing your story, story of your father, a bit, the business, and also your personal life, and giving us precisely a glimpse of your family's story in the end, right? So thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Until the next one. Bye for now.